This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for March 17th, 2025. Volbeat have announced the Greatest of All Tours tour hitting the Xfinity Center in Mansfield, Massachusetts on August 14th with Hailstorm and the Ghost Inside. Tickets are on sale now. Check the links in the show notes of this episode to get details to get them. Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers is featured on Lady Gaga's new album, playing drums on the track Killa from the new album Mayhem that's inspired by Nine Inch Nails and Radiohead. Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters and Luke Spiller from the Struts wrote a song for a James Bond film that was never released. Well, now the unheard track is being released. Luke Spiller saying that the famous film franchise went with the Billie Eilish and Phineas track instead of the one that they wrote for James Bond. Saying, quote, "I've always been obsessed with all things Bond songs. I had a crack at it, but got beaten by Billy," he said. "It's a fantastic song. I called Taylor and we cut the drums in his home studio." The song is called Angel Like You and will be featured on Luke Spiller's upcoming solo album. Black Sabbath's original lineup of Ozzy, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward will play their final show together July 5th at Villa Park in Birmingham, England. In a recent interview, Alex Lifeson from Rush said that he and Geddy Lee were offered to perform, but then, quote, "other things came up." Saying the whole thing that they're doing this summer, Geddy and I were asked to be part of it, and we had agreed to do it, but other things came up, and sadly, we had to back out of it because it would have been a lot of fun. There's been no word on what those, quote, "other things" are. Puddle of Mudd frontman Wes Scantlin was arrested in Torrance, California, following an alleged domestic violence incident. According to TMZ, police responded at 3 a.m. and determined that a verbal argument with his girlfriend had turned physical. The 52-year-old frontman was also found in possession of a controlled substance. He was booked on felony domestic violence and drug possession charges. His bail was set at $90,000. Longtime ZZ Top drummer Frank Beard has, quote, temporarily stepped away from the band's current tour due to an unspecified health issue. The band has reached out to fellow Texan and longtime Tech drummer, percussionist, and drummer John Douglas for the interim. The band saying in a statement, Frank is looking forward to a speedy recovery. Lawrence Gowan from Styx in a recent interview talking about the band's upcoming album, Circling From Above, tentatively due out this spring. Citing the resurgence of vinyl into their creative process, he said, quote, "That's a big mark for us. The fact that happened, it gave us all the confidence to keep making records. It's part of the lifeblood of what keeps the band alive. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Well, I know you're going to enjoy this new record. We think it's very strong." Neil Young says he was inspired by The Cure's Robert Smith to eliminate, quote, platinum price tickets from his upcoming concert tours. Sold by Ticketmaster, platinum tickets are an allotment of seats sold at premium prices that fluctuates based on market conditions. Ticketmaster contends that these tickets cut out scalpers and allow more money to go into the pockets of the artists. Neil Young saying, "My management and agent have always tried to cover my back on the road, getting me the best deals they could. They've tried to protect me and the fans from scalpers who buy the best tickets and resell them at huge increases for their own profits." Ticketmaster's high-priced platinum tickets were introduced to the areas where scalpers were buying the most tickets for resale. The money went to me, and that did not feel right. Very soon, platinum tickets will no longer be available for any of my shows. I've decided to let the people work this out, buy aggressively when these tickets come out, or tickets will cost a lot more on the secondary market. The team behind the Las Vegas Sphere is currently working on a scaled-down version of the venue, which would offer concert goers a similar experience at a fraction of the construction and production costs. According to AV Magazine, Sphere Entertainment CEO told analysts in a recent investment call that they were working on designs for mini spheres at a capacity of roughly 5,000 people. For comparison, the Vegas Sphere can hold up to 20,000 with standing capacity. The Sphere in Vegas cost $2.3 billion to build. Groundbreaking on a second Sphere in Abu Dhabi is happening this year after the mayor of London turned down the permit to allow a second Sphere to be built there. Following the internet rumors regarding his involvement in a Van Halen-related project, Toto guitarist Steve Lukather has set the record straight, saying, quote, ever since Alex Van Halen dropped some quotes saying that we were going to work together, I think there was a huge misunderstanding. I will not ever play a guitar note on any Van Halen song ever. In a recent Dutch newspaper, Alex Van Halen said he personally recruited Lukather to help complete unreleased Van Halen material, saying Ed and Steve Lukather were good friends and they often work together. There is no one who could do this process with me as well as he can. Steve Lukather also said he was honored to even be asked to help and described his role as more of a co-producer or something. He said, Al asked me to get him through some of the tons of unfinished recordings of Al and Ed writing and recording that never saw the light of day. As of now, that's all I got. The fact that anyone would ever think for a second that I would play anything on this is ridiculous. I have too much love and respect for that, and I play nothing like Ed. The Chicago Bulls' 6 NBA championship banners have been removed from the United Center after sustaining damage from pyrotechnics during Disturbed's hometown concert in Chicago. In a statement released on Friday, the United Center confirmed the banners, earned during Michael Jordan's reign in the 90s, sustained minor damage during a March 8th concert featuring Disturbed, 3 Days Grace, and Sevendust. Saying, quote, United Center is currently working with the Bulls to explore options to repair these banners. While the banners will not be in place for the remainder of the season, we do anticipate them being back in place for next season. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 249, featuring LaJean Witherspoon from Sevendust, is available now.